So, NJ to the City, reporting for NJ2TheCityNews.com. Vlog time! So, yeah, as I ended the last video off talking about NJ to the City News and NJ to the City Sports, they are pretty much both the same. You know, NJ to the City News is the main thing, that's the company name. NJ to the City Sports is reported on NJ to the City News. Eventually they'll both be their own separate companies, but for right now, it's just NJ to the City News is the central hub for everything, the sports, the politics, everything. Because I'm pretty sure I can create a company titled NJ to the City Politics, which I don't think it's hard either to do. I mean, it's not really hard. I'm not joking, you know. I can do it all. I mean, God first on my soul. So that's what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, right now they're one and the same. Everything is harbored around NJ to the City News, but eventually I'll branch out to different companies. They'll both be their own entities. NJ to the City News, NJ to the City Politics, NJ to the City Sports, whatever, so on and so on. But to get back into some NJ to the City Sports news once again. So Nease football lost to Creekside and lost to Ponte Vedra. Let's talk about the varsity team with this. The varsity team literally gave up a lead versus Creekside, and literally the and the varsity team also, I want to say, give up a lead in both games, PV and in Creekside. I don't understand how, but they did. And that's how we lost versus both teams. We should have won versus both teams, I think so. You know, and so on. But at the same time, all glory be God. Hopefully we have more years, more time to come to, you know, continuously get these wins. But again, we'll see, because tomorrow's not promised to anybody. But literally, I hope and pray that, you know, everybody, again, is well, does well, and I definitely hope and pray that as time goes on, we do what we got to do, ladies and gentlemen, to, we'll get these wins, get them with pride, get them with honor, integrity, discipline, morals, respect, character. Because Nease football can beat anybody, I believe so. I'm not going to say we can destroy anybody, but we can beat anybody. Just like Valley Ridge football can beat anybody. But I believe one of the top reasons why both schools are not beating anybody at that one sport is because, once again, you know, we're just not, for Nease football, we're just not finishing games. We got leads, but we're not finishing games with the lead. And then Valley Ridge football, I don't even know this season, because it seems like we can't score. We really can't score. And we've been outscored by a combination of 80-6 in the first 2 games. Now, again, to my Valley Ridge football brothers, don't get me wrong, you know how much I love and care about you and love you and respect you and want you to succeed and go out there and cheer you on and etc. Donate to you and more. You know me. But there is a problem with that combination score. You literally got destroyed. A combination of 80-6. If that number, those numbers don't scream embarrassment, then guys, you need a reality check, because those numbers are bad, very, very bad. I love you. I'm your ambassador. You know, I'm the one that biked to that game versus Landrum last year at Davis Park, and we still lost that one too. But the thing I'm trying to express there, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get better. Valley Ridge football, we got to get better. Nease football, we got to get better. We got to finish games for Nease football, and we got to score points for Valley Ridge football. I know both schools are better than this, and we just got to put the game plans together and execute them to the finish. That's just what it is. Okay, that's just what it is. Landrum can't just hold a monopoly on the middle school football thing for St. Johns County, and Ponte Vedra can't just hold wouldn't even say a monopoly on St. Johns County football, even though they probably do hold the monopoly on St. Johns County football. You know, they can't hold, Nease should be holding that monopoly, not PV. Valley Ridge should be holding that monopoly, not Landrum. I support everybody, God first, one was under shame on that, but you get the point. The home is Nease, or the first home is Nease, the first home is Valley Ridge, etc. I know we can do better than that, and we got to do better than that for the further events with all people in Christ's name. One was under shame, God first, cut off everything. So, yeah, 4 minutes into this. So, with college football, I got to definitely tell you, I don't understand how in God's name, Michigan, almost lost to Army. Now, Army's good. Don't get me wrong. Army's good. But Army's just as good as Notre Dame. To an extent, I think so. So, someone tell me how Army literally almost beat Michigan, or how Michigan almost lost to Army to an extent. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe those are two separate entities within itself, Army and Notre Dame. But the point is, Michigan, no, you guys cannot compete for any national championship, any playoff spot. Almost losing to Army. You can't compete. I mean, no offense, no wonder why you kept losing versus Ohio State, because you can't compete. Love Michigan, but you can't compete. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. If you almost lose the Army, you can't compete for the national championship. You just can't. Because if you do, I'll be surprised if you again score any points to an extent, struggling versus Army the way you did. But that's just me, in my opinion. Forgive me if you don't like it. And like I said, you know, Alabama is Alabama. Clemson is Clemson. Is Clemson. We probably should be seeing both of those back in the national championship again. I'm rooting for Georgia to an extent, particularly Jake Fromm. Actually, let's put it this way. I love Jake Fromm. Love you, bro. I really hope that you get drafted to the Jaguars, which probably won't happen. Hopefully you get drafted to, I want to say Tampa. I always saw Jake Fromm going to Tampa. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I always saw him going there. So hopefully that's where he goes. Because Jameis Winston, at least after that first NFL game this season, oh my God. Oh my gosh. Jameis, how did your summer go? Because it seems like you've been in your own way this entire time. I mean, no offense. I mean, I remember you saying 2015 draft, I'm hometown. You know, when it comes to, you know, the Florida State fans, you know, and that's over there in the Tampa area. The only problem is, Jameis, I'm pretty sure well, the punchline I was trying to get there. I'm pretty sure they don't even want to claim you anymore. Because, think about it, bro. Literally, you keep throwing picks. No wonder why D-Jack wanted out of there. You keep throwing picks and there's inconsistency at quarterback. Dude, come on, man. Jameis, I want you to succeed, bro. I got people that are not only Florida State fans, but also Jameis Winston fans, or at least they got your jersey for Tampa. And I want you to succeed, but you're not putting yourself in that position to succeed. I mean, you're like Blake Bortles to an extent. Like, literally, you had that one good year, I think your sophomore year, that one good year, your sophomore year, junior year, one of those 2 years. You had one good year where you look like you might take the next step. Then after that, you just crumbled. Like Blake Bortles did. And he came out the year after you, just to let you know that. Oh no, you came the year after him. He came in 14, you came in 15. You get the point. And bro, because I believe in you, Jameis. I believe in you. Jameis, I still believe in Blake Bortles. I still believe in a lot of you. I still believe in you. But you got to play better than that. I love you, bro. I love you. You got to play better than that. But if you don't, they're going to draft Jake Fromm next year. Dak is securing his spot right there in Dallas. Only problem is they got like 3 young guys behind Dak, so they really don't need Dak. But at the same time, I can't lie. If you got a franchise guy and Dak, give him that contract and let him prove it for the next 4 years. And if he, again, doesn't prove it over the next 4 years, then, again, go back in the draft and get your guy or whatever else they decide to do, because most definitely Dak is the guy. I can't even lie. Dak is the guy. But, so, yeah. And the Colts, someone tell me why the Colts gave Jacoby Brissett that contract, 2 years, $30 million. If anything, that's the contract Dak should have got to an extent. And I mean to an extent to say, like I said before, you went to the playoffs and won 2 playoff games, right? No, actually you went to the playoffs and won 1 playoff game. You're 1-1 in the playoffs. But you get the point. I mean, I'll bet on Dak with the long term, but at the same time, with the short term, to prove that he deserves more, like Russell Wilson type money, when you haven't won a Super Bowl yet, or even made the Super Bowl, that's the contract he should have got. The 2 years, $30 million contract. That's the contract I think Dak should have gotten by now. You know, if you want to, once again, bet on him, you know, for the short term before you bet on him again for the long term. That's the contract. Because I don't understand why Jacoby Brissett got that. I have no clue why Jacoby Brissett got that. Jacoby Brissett got his butt kicked, like C.J. Beathard got his butt kicked when the Jaguars went to the conference championship in 2017. Literally. Somebody tell me how that goes. That was 2 years ago, right? That was 2 years ago. Yeah, the 2017. That was 2017. Yeah, that's the point. Jacoby Brissett got his butt kicked, so did C.J. Beathard, and I don't understand why in God's name, you know, Jacoby got that contract. I have no idea why he got that contract. No idea. Let him prove it first. But at the same time, they can probably easily cut him and draft somebody else. I don't know, but I definitely know Tampa will be drafting somebody else. And if Josh doesn't get the full, because Josh is really getting screwed right now, Josh Rosen. If he doesn't get the opportunity or whatever the case is, the two teams I know will be drafting new quarterbacks is Tampa and Miami. You know, to an extent. Colts should be drafting one, but we don't know. And other than the Colts, I don't really know. Jimmy has probably the next this year next year before they can get rid of his contract and draft somebody else. I don't know. We'll see. But the three teams I know: Tampa, Miami, and the Colts. Look out for those teams: Tampa, Miami, and the Colts. Again, where my quarterback brothers gonna play when they get out of college? I'm vying for them. I want my quarterback brothers to have some place to play once they get out of college. And right now, it's like their jobs are being taken by these scrubs that can't play. At least the way I look at it. All these scrubs that can't play consistently. Which one do you want, ladies and gentlemen? Which one do you want? And this quarterback class is gearing up to be definitely better than last year. Last year was good, but this year's gearing up to be pretty dang good. So, we'll see. My boy Jake Fromm, I'm rooting for him. So, we'll see. Other than that, I'm pretty sure I got some more news to share with y'all, but I'm pretty sure I really need to write it all down or tear it out of my notebooks and then refilm that eventually. Will not refilm, but film it for the first time. So for now, once again, it's me, your boy, the man, Agent to the City with Agent to the City News. I love blogging, I love YouTube, and I very much hope that God first over time. I very much hope that again, we get what we need to get in Christ's name for the events on all people, because we can do a lot of great things if we just believe and believe to achieve. Dare I say, believe to achieve. One of the top things Agent to the City News, again, as I've said in multiple other videos, top thing this exists for is for me to be a proud staple of news within the community for really everybody. When it comes to sports, politics, faith, you could even say cooking and a few other things. That's what it's for me to do. It's for me to be a proud staple of news within the community. It's not to say you can rely on me instead of Action News Jacks or News for Jacks, because you can't. Go to them first, but you should definitely get some inciting takes on what they report from me on my site. That's what it should be. Because I am very much interested in journalism. I very much love giving my thoughts and opinions about God First Anything and everything. And if you in the future want to support me with God First Anything when it comes to financial donations and stuff like that, once again, eventually I'll start leaving a link to my PayPal in the descriptions, and I'll also start leaving a link to my Shopify stores as well if you want to support me in those ways, because I can rest assure you that that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not working a job because I really just don't care to do that right now, because I really want at least a good year, if not 2 years, just free to travel and explore and just be quote unquote self-employed before I go to college. Because if anything, when you buy stuff from PayPal and when you donate to PayPal and buy stuff from the store, it's actually going to be partially funding my future college education. Because I rest assured you, if I can make a good racks of money from both of those, trust me, that's what part of my money is gonna be going towards is a college fund. Because I definitely can tell you, I want to go to college. I just would rather pay for it myself. Knowing everything knowing the dollars that are dumped in there every single day, and so forth. And I just would rather know what I'm doing straightforward, know where I'm getting, or know what I'm doing, where I'm going, and what I'm getting, and etc. straightforward, rather than again go there 3-4 years, graduate, can't find a job, but have this useless piece of paper that we call a college degree. To an extent, depending on which outlets you look at, to an extent, and which people you take it from. But yeah, eventually, I'm gonna leave those links, because if you want to support me, if you want to give back to me, giving back to you, that's how you can financially support me, through the Shopify stores and through PayPal, and probably through a few other things as well. But that's what I'm gonna start doing as I continuously grow and expand this channel, grow and expand my brand and more. Trust me, you have now hiring signs everywhere. But God first, I would rather just try to be independent, self-employed for God first as long as I can, and see how that works for me, because I know I can do it. I'm a people person to begin with. And so on and so on. Eventually, again, if I do work for somebody else officially, again, I want it to be because I want it, not because I need it. And that's one of the top things this is all about for me, and I just know I can be self-employed successfully, because I'm a people person. I'm NJ, to an extent. Love you. More coming soon. Your boy, man, into the city. Out.